Do you actually feed into those thoughts that you have? Do you go, wow, that really is true? Or do you just bat them away and go, come on, let's be serious
I
here?
find myself constantly trying to bat them away, constantly trying to prove that those thoughts are wrong. For starters, by like going to the gym more, but also by saying, no, hold on a second, like I've had relationships, and going to the facts. But I will say, like, more often than not, my resting state is low self-esteem and just self-criticism.
Yeah. It's okay to want to be with somebody for the rest of your life. It's okay to want a soulmate. It's okay to want all that things. But what's not okay is when you place all of your happiness onto that. Because what happens is then you start saying, well, I can't be happy unless this happens. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Then you're placing responsibility onto another human being, which is, in a way, dehumanizing them. There is zero world where somebody wants to take on the huge responsibility of your happiness, okay? Mm-hmm. But conversely, when somebody goes on a date with you and that they see you are an unending, abundant well of happiness, contentment, right? Joy. Is contentment a word?
Yeah.
Good. Now, ideally, what you want is you want two people to feel that. You want two people to come with an unending well, and then it's kind of just like this perpetual give and take.
Yeah.
But if you go and you're only looking for that, well, it's likely that that person's going to go, you know what? I kind of want to find somebody that's kind of like me. And that's when a healthy relationship begins. When two people are feeling just very, very aligned in their philosophy on life, and then they can come together and then share that perpetually, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what a beautiful relationship is.
I feel that like so many of these difficult things in life are negative feedback loops, where it's like, well, if I would just be happy consistently on my own, then I would probably get into a nice relationship. Yeah. But why am I not happy consistently on my own? Like, I'm trying.
The reason why you're not happy on your own is because you're using that as a means to get that goal. Yeah. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's like dirty, cheap happiness.
Yep. It doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. That kind of happiness doesn't count. Now, it's beautiful to have a relationship. It's an amazing thing. I guarantee you, the way that you want it is not what it is.
Okay.
How about just the mere fact that you get to go on a date? How about the mere fact that you get to spend time with a woman?
Yeah.
Just the, you know, like, when I was single and I went on dates, like, just to be able to go on a date and for them to want to spend an hour with me, I was like, this is great.
They drive across town.
I'm overjoyed. I'm literally, this is not a joke, like, I literally was so appreciative of just that.
That's interesting.
And to leave and go home and just go, that was fucking great. I just got to, like, hang out with somebody. Somebody new, like another soul wanted to spend a few hours with me. I just literally think that I'm not entitled to that. Yo,
hey,
what's up? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
This is your
Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
What's about to happen is I'm setting Jeff up on what I call like a mock date, like a practice date. And the whole goal of that is to prepare him, get him ready for a real date. And is that for me to like teach him cool lines to say to the woman while he's on a date? No. It's for him to realize ways that he's holding himself back, ways that he's leaving the moment and not able to focus on the interaction that he's having. And we do these things subconsciously. We don't notice that we're doing this on an actual date. And that's why I find it so valuable to put people on these little mock dates that I set up for them. Jeff goes inward. he thinks about what he needs to be saying. He's always in his head. He's always over-preparing. Oh, no, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Oh, I don't want to get rejected. Oh, I don't want her to think I'm like this. So what I worked with him on is actually being able to access that improv side of him, because he literally is amazing. Like, Jeff is amazing at improv, and I can't wait till you see him on the real date, because you'll see his like improv side come out and you're gonna be like, where was this person the whole time?
I love musical theater.
Yeah?
That's one of my biggest obsessions too.
What musical do you like?
My favorite is Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, okay.
But I love a lot of them. Like most of the mainstream ones.
Yeah.
Rent, Wicked.
Okay. Yeah.
Did
you see Hamilton?
Hamilton.
Okay,
yeah.
I just watched it.
Nice. I love the. Oh,
yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Just like a week ago.
Wow.
It's really cool.
What I noticed you're doing is you look down the majority of time away from her.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying to keep your eyes on her the entire time, right? That's unnatural. You're allowed to like look away and, oh, what did I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm noticing you do is you go here a lot. And what that is doing, especially with you, it is you feeding the beast of self-judgment. You're really only able to focus on one thing at a time. So if you point the flashlight inward, you're going to think inward. If you point the flashlight outward, you're going to have your focus outward.
Well,
yeah.
Stop. No. Look at her. Have you ever taken an improv class?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, do you ever have time to be looking in the sky or down? Why not?
Once it's started, like, we need to know what's going on with each other.
Boom.
Yeah.
And now that's how an interaction works. So I'm going to throw in a word, and you just either have to ask the person about it or express yourself about it. But do it in a way that's not following the rules of the game, but do it in a way that's actually interesting to you.
Okay.
Cool?
Yes.
Okay. Freudian.
Do you know the artist Daniel Caesar?
Yeah. It's the album.
That's the album.
Yep, I love that album.
Isn't it the best?
It's so good. 2017. What?
Mm-hmm. I saw him do the concert here.
Oh, really?
For the album.
Wow.
At the Fonda Theater.
Fonda? Okay.
And it was really fun.
Oh my god.
Red hair.
I really like your hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a really cool color.
It's not natural.
Yeah, I thought maybe.
Not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like a blondie, so if I dye it with a like semi-permanent, it will stay and hold and yeah.
Nice.
No bleaching.
How long have you dyed it that color?
It's been about a year now.
Oh.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do it, but with acting, I always felt like I had to keep myself in a type or like a box.
Yeah.
You probably feel that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and so I was like, no, blonde makes me look young, and my type is like playing really young.
Amy Adams isn't a natural redhead, right?
Oh yeah, she's blonde.
So how did you feel with that?
I felt great because I have a hard time like transitioning topics.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to just have you give topics.
Maddie, you could tell me too. Like, you looked a lot more yourself.
I felt more myself, actually.
You looked like you were having like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I could see you. It was fun to go down rabbit holes about like, oh, I hate this, and
yeah.
Cool.
I'm like, yeah, like let's get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, he's funny. Like, you're funny.
Thanks.
Yeah, like your humor or like little side comments, like, hilarious.
Okay, the next thing I want to know is like, what do you think of Maddie? You tell her.
Oh, I think you're really nice. You seem like really sweet, and you're really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so cool to see like that we value a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was beautiful, dude.
Thank you.
Seriously, that was great. You're doing really good. All right, tell me what you think.
What I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think your humor is like very attractive, and you've got a charm that like glimmers, and
Thank you.
Yeah, and I like your eye contact too.
Thanks. Thanks so much.
It feels very nice and warm.
Good friend taught me that one.
The eye contact thing, I think, really like, heightened the connection. He's got a lot going on for him that interests me, and I think would interest other people.
How do you feel about tomorrow, though? Good. You excited? How do you feel?
Yeah.
No?
I'm excited. I try not to get my hopes up way too much.
Got it.
Because
yeah,
it's tough to
I know.
get them up and then
fucking I hear you, buddy. It's hard, but again, I want you to focus on the fact that it's like just to get the opportunity to spend time with somebody, I just feel happy.
And what are the chances she'll be as cool as Maddie?
People think that in order to be attracted to somebody, you have to fit all of these qualifications that they have. Attraction doesn't work like that. Attraction is a pretty simple thing. It's more of what two people feel together rather than what they think of each other. And so my job was really working on getting Jeff just to be that natural self that he is around his best friends, that he feels most comfortable being. So I set Jeff up on a date with somebody that I thought would be great for him. But the weirdest thing happened. Like, came completely out of left field.
Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear, love you all.
What did you just tell me?
What are you referring to? No, Maddie and I watched Swingers yesterday.
And Maddie is the woman that I set you up on a mock date with.
That's right.
Oh my Lord. All right, just tell me, what happened?
After the mock date, I messaged her, and then I was like, do you want to have a Swingers and Truman Show marathon?
Whoa, you dog. You.
I know.
Wow.
And she said yes.
Wow. And then what happened?
And then I made her dinner. It was really simple.
Wow.
It wasn't gourmet, but, you know, I made it.
So she came over to your place?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
so you guys had
ate
dinner and a movie at your place?
Yep.
You fucking sly dog. How many hours was it?
Like, over 4, you know.
So the entire time you guys hung out was about like 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. And what time did she leave your place?
Like 11:30.
How was it? Did you?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Like, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Didn't really know, like, what she was thinking, but I really enjoyed it. And
damn,
like, I want to keep talking to her.
Let's actually focus on your date that you're having in a couple minutes.
Yes. It's a little nerve-wracking today because it's not just going to be the two of us seeing that moment. It's going to be everyone.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that I'm slightly nervous about. But other than that, it's a good feeling because, you know, like, I haven't met her. I don't have any expectations.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of freeing in a way.
I want you to see all dates like this is practice for me. Yeah. For the next date. And this date's practice for the next date. Okay. This date is practice for the eventual girl that I fall in love with and falls in love with me. Mm-hmm. And it's not for the things that I'm adding on top of myself. It's for the things that I'm removing. All of this stuff that people told me to do. And it's just like, I just want to focus on you. What's going on?
I'm Gal. This is my first blind date ever, actually. I am nervous and, yeah, I guess excited. Hi.
Hi. I'm Jeff.
What's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff. I'm Gal. Nice
to meet you. You want to get something to drink or eat?
I'm okay, actually.
You're good?
But
all right.
Do you?
Maybe. Just like something to drink.
I'll sing you a song of the fish of the sea. Oh, you Rio. I'll sing you a song of the fish of the sea, for we're bound for the Rio Grande. And away, Rio, away.
Where are you from?
I'm from Long Island.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. How long you been here?
3.5 years.
Nice.
Where are you from?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh. What kind of acting do you want to do?
I want to do comedy, but not exclusively, but television, film,
Mm-hmm.
all screen stuff. And my favorite genre is kind of dark comedy.
Yeah, like what's like a TV show or movie?
Barry,
I don't know that one.
like vulnerable comedy.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
That's cool. So, would you say that it's easy for you to be vulnerable?
I think so. I never would have said that before, but since I've started acting, actually, which was in college, so not like as a kid, but since I've started doing it, that's kind of the feedback I've gotten is like, I can do vulnerable easily, and so because I can do that, like, I should work on other things just because every actor should always be as broad as they can. It would be okay, like, living with someone who's a little messier. I have, but
Yeah.
just being able to be, like, open about that kind of stuff, and, like, sleep is really important to me, too. So
Yeah.
now the only thing that wakes me up is my cat.
Oh, you have a cat?
Yeah,
What's their name?
Damon.
He's cool. He's yeah, like my type-ish. Yeah, I'm feeling good about the date. I think the conversation is flowing well. Yeah, it seems to be going good.
So how's it going?
Fine.
How's the date?
I think it's...
But your voice is going up. What's that?
It's good.
Huh, not liking it that much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Are you physically attracted to her?
I don't know.
So you're not.
I don't know.
Were you physically attracted to Maddie?
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you thinking about Maddie right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How do you know if you're attracted to her when you're standing 7 feet away? Do you see how close we are right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't you? We're men.
That's true. I am. It's interesting. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
usually this close to people.
Yeah. Do
Guess-
you like it when you're on a date and you're closer to a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on who it is.
Yeah. Okay. So with a first date, it's all about, and I've said it so many times, right? Seeing the potential for attraction or chemistry,
Yeah.
right? Facilitating the potential. So when you guys are standing so far apart, you can't feel if you have that chemistry together. You don't know it yet, right? So I want you to get closer just so you could see. I want you to just practice having a little more fun, joking around with her. And like I said, the easiest way to do that is just to tell a lie and then take back the lie.
Okay.
Whatever it is. I mean, you're a funny person. I'm not a funny person.
Oh.
So you're going to be good at it.
Yeah. Like, I make jokes about, like, at my own expense.
Sure, that's great. Go for that. Keep going.
Like, I'm in the NBA.
My thought was I didn't want Jeff to put all of his eggs in one basket, which he's been doing all his life and which so many people do. Once they get fixated on somebody, they get obsessed, and that's the only person they can think about before they even really, really get to know the person, before they've even found out if there's mutual interest. And that's why I really wanted to make sure that, like, this date, I want him to see it through. Like, I want him to focus on this new person. But that's not what happened. In fact, the first half of the date, like, he couldn't get his mind off of Maddie. So what my goal was to get him focused on opening up, once again, being himself. And this is where that little improv side of Jeff started coming out.
Should we go swim?
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't know how to swim, so
Really?
you'll have to teach me.
Yeah. It's pretty warm out here, so.
Really?
No. How's it going?
Good.
I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like 2 years.
Yeah. I'm a total different person now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got a PhD.
Wow. In what?
Oceanography.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now you're a doctor, Jeff.
Yep. I know everything about the ocean.
Okay. How deep is it?
100 feet. The whole thing.
And how many fish are in there?
100.
Just 100.
Yep. Can you ask me another question that has a number?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
100.
100.
How many boats are in the ocean?
Okay, actually 99.
What? What happened to the 100th boat?
It was the Titanic. Actually, it's still in the ocean. I have a question for you. Okay.
Yeah.
What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
I have a few. Actually, I haven't seen how you walk, so
Oh, no.
I'm scared
What?
to say it.
What is it?
I don't like when people walk on their toes, like toe walkers.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't do that.
You might be one.
Have you ever, like, confronted someone about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've confronted
And-
multiple people about it.
I should really... Whoa, a seal.
Holy shit.
That is wild. Or a sea lion.
That's crazy. He's trying to get up there.
Hey, buddy. Whoa.
I've seen them in like San Diego.
Yeah.
Like they're known over there. But
Oh, okay.
damn, I can't believe he's just chilling on the dock like
I
that.
know, at night.
What are you smiling about?
I was laughing at how different the second part was from
Tell me
before.
about it. What is it?
Like,
How
I
is it
just-
different?
Okay, this is gonna sound like so narcissistic, but I feel like she was just so different. Like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
How different?
like she just came in after talking to you, and I was like, oh, she's like having fun now, you know? And then like it just continued.
You want to know something weird?
What?
That's exactly what I thought. Flipped. So I only told you to have fun.
Yeah.
She didn't change until you started having more fun. I saw her opening up.
Yeah, I did.
But tell
too.
me this, how are you feeling now about the date? Same thing as before?
Like, no, I don't feel the same. I feel like she understands me better now.
Okay.
Like, I
I
feel
do,
more
too.
open, and like I feel more like my goofy side. I feel that I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I would be interested to like get to know her better.
Yeah. Would
But
you want to go on a
before-
second date with her?
I don't know.
You're still thinking about Maddie.
Yeah, mostly. Well, it's great meeting you,
You too.
and hope you stay warm. It's getting kind of chilly out here.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I think like you're super charming, and you have a really fun sense of humor.
Thank you.
I really like talking to you. I'd
Thank
love
you.
to stay in touch. Like, would you want to swap social media or
Yeah,
something? Or
we can
yeah,
do it.
awesome.
I think he's cool. I like him. I don't know. It's weird because like it's hard for me just to get a romantic connection. I guess I feel like I require a lot of time in order to develop a romantic connection. So like in general, like it was good and like conversation was good, and that's like a good start for me. I might want to see him again.
So after the date, it's clear that, Jeff's head is still so fixated on his time that he had the night before with Maddie that I had no idea about. But as a coach, it was my job to make sure that he saw it through. Because what usually happens when people get into this fixation is they secretly try to put off figuring out what the truth is, figuring out if that person likes them back, moving to the next level with the person, taking that risk. So what they do is they prolong this like purgatory of the relationship, which is basically called the friend zone. You ended up liking the girl on the mock date, and well, how do you know how she feels about you?
No,
Okay, and do you know why?
no.
It's because you didn't express your attraction to her. When you express your attraction to somebody, it's so much easier for to see how they respond. And then when you make tiny, tiny baby little advancements with them, progressively sitting closer, maybe touching a little bit more here and there, and then just feeling how they respond to that. If you feel like tiny, tiny movements back, very tiny ones, you go, okay. If you feel like they're smiling and they're kind of leaning in and kind of reciprocating those touches, those like little flirty back and forths. But if you don't express your attraction to the person, you're not going to open up that part of the conversation. So you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so I literally don't know how Maddie feels. Maybe she went over because it was a fun experience that you guys shared. You guys, you know, had a good connection. But does she feel the same way about you?
That is a question.
So that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to express your attraction.
I'm surprised to hear that, like, I didn't express, because, yeah, like, you know, at the end, I was like...
At the end of the mock date.
End of the mock date.
Yes, I thank you for pointing that out, because I did forget about that. But, yeah, I don't think that's, like, official.
I agree. I expressed it yesterday, too.
Tell me.
I was like, you have the best smile.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who are you?
I was worried, though, that was too nerdy. Like, to
No,
say.
that's not nerdy at all. So
And
how
I
did
think
she
liked
respond?
it. She was like, yeah, thanks, thank you.
Interesting.
Sometimes, like, I just feel like I'm holding back all my urge to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
you could do that.
just for safety.
This is important to talk about because, you know, like you said, just for safety, you don't want to cross any lines, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going
Yeah.
and just placing it there, looking at her, going, hey, right? It's in small little places in conversation.
I was very close to just asking, like, do you want to snuggle?
And that's okay. You know why? Because you're asking.
Yeah.
And they could go,
No.
no, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you go, there you go.
Okay.
You cut off that neediness before it blows out of proportion, right?
By asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Because what if you waited till like the third date to say that? You would have driven yourself stir crazy, right?
Yeah, so then they wouldn't have even been dates at that point?
We don't even know. That's
Okay.
the whole thing.
Okay.
Right? So you want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to go, I want to bring this in the right direction. And if she's not interested, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to just be friends, but I want to figure this out soon. Because I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get her hopes up. And if we're just friends, then I want to go find somebody that is actually for me. That is what separates, you know, somebody that ends up in the friend zone, ends up hopeless afterwards, and somebody that's purposeful about their dating life. Are you going to text her?
Yeah, she just texted me back
When?
during this date.
Okay, let's get into this shit.
Right now?
Yes,
Oh,
of course.
I'm so glad you remember, period. Anyway, comma, I was wondering if you want to go to dinner. Sometime. I don't like this first part. Glad you remember, period.
So whether or not it's going to work out with him and Maddie, which still is fucking blowing my mind right now. This wasn't supposed to happen. His dating life is just going to be so much more comfortable, relaxing, enjoyable for himself because he's not going to always be in this constant state of wondering. And the other part of it is showing purpose, showing your attraction is inherently an attractive trait because it is purposeful, and purpose is attractive in any person. Tiptoeing around things is why people get so anxious in the first place. And that's why I always say purpose is the opposite of neediness. When you are purposeful in your life about anything, you're not going to be needy about it. And Jeff was just an amazing guy. It was so great getting to know him. And I feel like I'm so lucky every time I coach somebody, I just end up making good friends with that person. So whether I keep working with Jeff or whether we just become really good friends, I'm just happy that I was able to get him to start on the path of being purposeful, showing his interest, getting out of his head, and just making his dating life more enjoyable in general. He honestly did an amazing job, and to be so vulnerable to say, I'm going to have a social coach teach me how to go on a date with somebody on a camera, on 2 dates. That's hard enough. But to see him actually growing through that process was something really amazing.
I could love 1 hour with you, 1 hour of just being with you. Then I could say what I'm feeling and concealing